Hi there crafters, thanks for another checkout of a scrap timber share. This one is all about doodling. Hopefully you are not bored with these layouts yet, but I want to show you how I reuse this pattern paper that I used in my last video, which was all about hearts. I still had the outline sitting on my desk, so it was fantastic just to use it and mount a trimmed down piece. I think I cut 3/4 of an inch off the two sides and mounted that over that leftover heart piece from my last video. So that gives you a bit of an idea of how I'm reusing my products. Nothing really goes to waste. It either goes back into stash. I do sometimes get a little bit more hard on keeping certain pieces. I tend to throw things out if I really feel like I'm never going to use it again. But for the doodling element of this particular layout, I'm going to go with a border, and I initially had this sort of outlined border. I'm going to finish it off camera. It's really just some lines and some semicircles, half circles, some hearts, some stars, a few little straight lines and some other circles. So nothing too technical in terms of doing the doodling. And later on, again, with most of my layouts, they just seem to evolve. So as I'm creating, I have a bit of an idea of what I might be doing with a background. I'm going to pick a photo, make my cluster, and then decide if I need to add anything more, particularly as this background is still currently quite white. Even with a doodling border and mounted on that patterned paper around the edges, it still was not, it was still not to my liking, and so that's why you will see later on I'm going to add a little bit more doodling. But and for the time being, before I get to that point, I'm going to build my cluster, and so I'm using the Vicky Bouton. The name is currently escaping me. Anyway, this is one of her collections, and I still had it sitting on my desk, so I'm going to use pattern papers and elements from this Vicky Bouton collection and creating just a cluster. So the idea came because I had this title that said sunshine, and the photo is taken in winter out on the golf course. I took up golf about 18 months ago, and I'm terrible at it, but I still like to go out and have a hit around and just enjoy a nice day out. So in winter, awful weather sometimes, but we managed to get a little bit of sun on this day. So creating my area of cluster and building just a little bit around my photos. So this turned out beautifully. I love this particular collection for its, ephemera and bits and pieces. Off camera, I'm going to glue that together. So I'm using a mix of tacky glue and some other bits and pieces. But when I'm not sure like this, if I'm going to put something extra in my background, I will often pause, put everything together, and you can see that I've then doodled another little area on the inside to match the external. And I'm going to add just a couple of black splatters, mount my photo with some tacky glue to stick it all down that little cluster, and that is my doodling share for you today. So I had so much fun with this one. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy scrapping.